Thanks for stopping back by Wild Bird Creative. I made a rusty pack of papers, and all I did was dig into my bin of things that I have discovered over the years that rust. You know, an old wrench, some electrical insulators. My husband and I found this fabulous piece on a walk. I mean, one of the easiest things, and you probably have it somewhere in your house, is steel wool. Another handle. My daughter wanted to be an archaeologist when she was young and would dig up all sorts of things. I mean, I put some of it onto tissue paper, which is difficult to do because, of course, it wants to disintegrate, but still, look at that great detail. Another handle. I threw some old tea bags in here. I've just got a variety of bits and pieces, and we're just going to work them into a piece. I mean, just fun things. So, let me sort this out, clean my hands up a little bit, decide which ones we're going to use, and I'll be right back and we'll get started on our piece. Okay, here we go. I've got a piece of music that I had cleaned off my stencil on some time ago, and I'm just going to get it stuck down to the page in my journal. And because it covers the whole page, I don't need to worry about being terribly careful spreading my glue stick. If some goes off onto the page, that is fine. Let's pop this right in here. Roll it out. Need a little bit more down here. There we go. I've rolled it on there nice and firmly. And then I chose this piece. I like the way it's got some blacks and browns, and something has a little bit of pink in it. And what's really nice about rusty papers is you have the back side too. So always look at the back side, because you might find that there's something there that you really like. Now, rusty papers can have a lot of wrinkles in them, and you can either iron them out or just work with them as they are and just accept that they are imperfect papers. I'm going to roll from the center to try and smooth out some of those wrinkles, but not all. And I missed a little spot right here again. That seems to be my spot. I'll just lift that up and run it along. There we go. So look at that. Already we've got this nice mood going on. And I'm going to grab the same stencil that I used and line it up because it was a reverse print. I can put it right like that, and I'm thinking the color that I want on top of this needs to be, I'm thinking of either an unbleached titanium. I don't want a pink. I don't think Naples yellow is what I want, but it might be. Let's do Naples yellow. It's fine. It's all gonna look great. Get my foam plate palette out. And this is not an all-over stencil job that I'm going to do. I'm going to get some spots and just kind of go from there. It's more just to add some additional interest to the background. Subtle interest. I don't want to obscure all that great rustiness. I just want to enhance it a little bit. And this color is in the rusty tones. So let's see, let's put some up here and let's see how it's starting to look. Oh, it's just a real nice, gentle bit of color. There we go. That's what I wanted. Move this over here. And lift this side up. Take a look. And just keep going. I mean, as you're working, you will develop your own styles, your own preferred palettes. It's nice sometimes to try something different. I almost never use hooker green or raw umber, but it's nice every now and then for me to just experiment and see how things look. Come in here. Come right over to that edge. I like how that's looking. I'm just going to keep adding some more, just in spots. Because it's such a light color, it would be hard to really overdo it. I think that is about how I want it. Come up through here. And there we go. So now I've got the two colors. Let me lift it up so that you can really see it. It's just subtle. This is not a terribly involved piece. I wanted to keep it quick and simple. People are pressed for time. Now this is a Shawn Petite stencil, Messy Flower Silhouette, and I only want the bigger one. So what I'm going to do is just slide this in here to keep that area protected. And I think I will actually tug this down a little bit so that the stem breaks the edge. Maybe not. I don't know. You know what? I can always paint that in if I want to. So, this is going to be in black for a nice high contrast. Give myself a little bit more. I can always create a new background with it. I'm just going to hold this snug and just come right in. And you can make this as dark as you want. You may want the background to peek through. You may want it to be a nice strong silhouette. I don't know if you can see right there, but the lines are showing through from the yellow stencil. And I can either leave that or cover it up. There's no right or wrong. It's all in how I want things to look. keep going over these. Get a little more on here. Let's see, let's just touch a couple more spots here. I want it to be a nice, strong pop against that yellow. And there it is. And I'll set that aside. And what I want to do now is find one of my little thin brushes and just come in and fill in the little connections. They don't have to be perfect. And you can create new ones too. You don't even have to stay with these. You could add more petals. Like, let's put one right there. You can get creative. Let me get this one. This is a little thin one. I think I've got everything. And I might even add a couple more dots here and there. Now the question is, do I bring this down or not? I think I'm going to leave it as is for right now because I want to move on to the next piece, next part of this piece. So let's let this dry and we'll get the next stencil ready to go. Everything is dry now. So I've got my little stencil here. This is one from Stencil Girl Products, and it's just, you know, little hash marks, I guess I would call them. And I'm just going to come in with white and just make another layer of marks. And they will be subtle, but that's okay. I just need one more bit of interest. And you'll see, I'm just going here and there on it. I'm not doing a specific pattern. And it's very, very faint. I'll show that to you. You can just see the little bit of white there. Just come in here a little bit. I don't want to impinge too much on where the flower is, but a little bit won't be a problem. Because I can always come back and just touch up the black a little bit if I want. I am keeping it mainly to the rusty sheet of paper though that I stenciled on. And let's just put one stretch up here. to. You can't really go wrong with this stencil because it's such a random pattern. And yeah, you might think it's a pain to have to move it a lot, but it's really not, because then you can fine-tune where you want things to be. I'm going to add a little bit more right in here. See, I can just get into these spaces without having to worry too much. Now I want to bring this guy back, so let me come in with a little bit of black paint and just, there we go. That's all. Nothing fussy. I'm not into fussy. So here we have it. We're finishing it up. Grab my glue stick here. I got a large print book from the library book sale that was a discard. And I'm going to put this on here. And I'm going to grab my black pencil and just come around it just a little bit, just to highlight it. And there we go. I'm done. You can see all the details on this. And choose your words with care. So I used 2 stencils that you can find on Stencil Girl Products and a Shawn Petite stencil. So if you don't have them, you know what? Use what you've got. You can figure something out. I had actually considered using a stencil that I had made, and it would have worked fine. I just wanted something a little bit bigger, and this is where it is. I hope that you will grab your supplies and make some art. Thanks for stopping by. Wild Bird Creative.